to a simple mind, the solutions are simple. And the solutions are, we have to wake up that we are children, creator sons and daughters of a great, powerful, creative intelligence. The Hindus talk about the Atma, the soul, and they also talk about the Para-Atma, which is the collective soul. And as individual molecules in this surface chemistry between Mother Earth and Father Sun, with our little photon pinnacles of conscious awareness, as we begin to become more and more aware of one another, when we begin to become more and more aware of the birds, when we begin to look on the beauty around us in creation and marvel at, begin to find a measure of renewal, of an interdependency that leads to cooperation. Because independence may be the singularity of the sovereign soul, and we must respect that. But we are as much independent souls as interdependent souls, and we rely on our unique commonalities for our peace. And that bell, I'd love to hear it run sometime. That bell of eternal peace and harmony is a powerful symbol here in Canada for something I came looking for. The solutions, I think, are really very simple. We have to unite the people here, on this land, around the idea that we are a multi-nation, non-nation. We are a people. Because we are a people, we put down the bludgeoning that went on, not merely between nations, but between races. We find eternal harmony and peace here on this land, because that is the nature of the native people of this land. Those people, in spite of being abused and genocided left, right, and center, are still finding an ability to forgive we, the invading races. And I represent one of those invading races, one of the most damaging of those invading races, and one of those grandchildren of those invading races that came with the idea that somehow we could make amends, there would be a way of doing it. And I've been a radical philosopher ever since. That realization came to me when I realized that my grandfather telling me, don't buy land, and I had bought land, because I could no longer tolerate simply being a renter and being moved this way and that way at the will of the landlord. In my own life, I'd never been exposed to the will of an invading force. And it took me some time to wake up to the fact that I was a part of an invading force. I was plundering the landscape, and I was plundering it along with a lot of people that came before me and said, yeah, this is the thing to do. And when you raise objection to that, you became persona non grata, and opportunities simply drift away. They just don't happen for you. You just don't get to be able to express yourself very much in a very coherent way. Even if you write letters to the editor, even if you write letters to the government, they're very seldom responded. Sure, I have a website with some of my correspondence on it, but it's only a fraction of the correspondence that I sent out or delivered that simply never got recorded anywhere. Anyway, a simple none of the above on the ballot would lead us to these styles or manners of gatherings. A men's circle, a women's circle, civil service, a people. One people united on the land. One people no longer having to rely on any foreign trade for anything at all, should we so choose, as people on this land. Now, none of us, I'm sure, would choose not to share with our neighbors, but no longer to be bullied, into exporting because this or that international corporation says, well, we have the right to bully you. Sorry, no. The people in this province would then begin to assert their sovereignty as a conscious people, because they would have the proper balance in the manner of doing business with their government. There's lots of good things. There's lots of good things that clean needles in there.